in Pendulum of green. At the parabola of day, in the garden's thickest pause, girl swings in pendulum of green, too deep for colour. Green is sound, a gush of leaves, cells fractured in light. Close your eyes against the sun, watch the skin imprinted red on the filter of your eye. Feel desire deep as colour. Here red is disease, heat sickness, home sickness, and the slick unease of love in a red country, green as blood. Girl rocks herself over the hump of midday while the garden brawls in shadow, while the sun flowers in root of eye. Swing high, swing low, she sings, her soul's pale exile from this bright gash of earth. Here fruit and dust and snake is red, spider and tongue and nail and word. Only memory is green, a garden, and dies every year. Slip of the tongue 1. If you want to catch wolf first, take your hunting knife, rub grease on the blade. Wolf will come, cut her tongue to the root, taste the blood, suck at her own salt sauce, greedy for the insides of things. A trackless pacing, well slowly to the throat, is swallowed in one gulp. Wolf drinks wolf, pours her body clotted out. Cup and knife will serve you well if you want to catch wolf. Look how she lies, mouth open, tongue dry at last. She has swallowed herself twice already, gnawed down to the quick, to the nub, to the root of tongue. There is another trick to be learnt if you want to catch crow. Slip of the tongue 3. If you want to catch girl first, find her sleeping in a cave or castle or garden. She must be asleep, that's the rule. Now stoop to her lips, stoop, suck the poison from her finger, the apple stuck into her throat. The rule here is to stoop. She will wake in a flutter of eyes and lips. Her breasts, if you care to look, will flutter also. She will say, "Where am I? Who are you? I love you." She will draw you down to the catch of her lips where her tongue winds, I was going to say, like a snake, and kiss you long and lithe. Unwind your soul on the pale bobbin of her tongue. You will fall asleep for 100 years. Slip of the tongue 2. If you want to catch crow first, lime your tree. Here comes crow. He will stick out his tongue to be caught. Now you can teach him to speak. Say, feather, crow. Say, feather. Caw, says crow. He will not speak. Time for the hunting knife trick, I think. Time for the grease and the blade. Say, feather, crow. Say, feather with a curved tongue. Save yourself. Caw, says crow. Caw once before, once after the tear. Who is there to hear whisper of crow flown south, tongue forked? Feather is too soft for words. Feather is the sound of goose flying south for the winter, carrying sky on her back. Wait for me, goose, whispers crow. If you want to catch girl, too ripe for skin. The smell of ferment is a colour also, on the inside of colour, the ooze of plums too ripe for their skins, heat blown in dust at the garden's meridian. Sun pours us out, honey sluggish in slow time. Already ants crawl in the crevice of toes. I have eaten myself fat on the garden. Sun pours me up, olive oil soaked through bread. It was you who said, too ripe for skin. Put the garden to your ear. Listen. The ferment of things grown to seed and rot is colour also, the suck-slide of worm through cavities of earth, of flesh, maggot colour, rainbows in the bowels, blooms, buds and blows in the eye. Unzip, unzip, there is a catch between my thighs. Here, let me uncolour myself for you, peel my legs like stockings.